Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tom Breeze here from tombreeze.com and the Master Speaker Academy. The reason I'm creating this video for you is because just last night I gave a large presentation to many different entrepreneurs and people that have just started up their own businesses. And as I was giving this presentation, it was only a short presentation, it was 20 minutes. I was speaking and there was a moment in the presentation where I didn't have a heckler, but I had some difficult people in the audience. Now, with any hecklers, and I'm sure you've been in similar positions in your past as well. Maybe you've had a meeting and there's been a particularly difficult person there, like maybe an investor or a director or a colleague, whoever it might be, who just wants to disagree all the time. I'm sure you know those types of people. Well, I had one in the audience last night. And so I always give myself some feedback after any presentation I give. And as I was doing it, I thought, well, I think this would be good to share with you guys because I think that you would find it useful, and I'll show you how you can kind of pre-handle and make sure you don't even have hecklers in the future. Now, what I'll briefly do is explain why we have hecklers and how to handle them, and then show you some techniques as well. Because I suppose with hecklers, what they're really doing is trying to get their own level of significance. They're trying to get their own level of significance. And what I mean by that is that a lot of those hecklers are there because they want to be seen as that person in the crowd, and they want to be kind of gain their significance by everybody agreeing with them. Does that make sense? So whenever they feel like the speaker's lost control, that's the moment they'll pounce. Because what they want to do is they want to kind of show the speaker up, and they want the whole of the audience to be like, yeah, I get exactly what you're saying, to the heckler. So what you want to do, well, first of all, you need to make sure that you present in an effective way, I suppose. That's always very, very important, and know exactly what you're presenting on. But if you do find that you ever have the potential of having hecklers, or you feel that you might have someone who might say something during your presentation, here's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you show to the whole of the audience that the whole of the audience are with you. Okay, you need to prove to everybody that the audience are on your side. Okay, so here's how you do it. You use the first principle, which is called social proof. Now, see, it's difficult to type as I'm speaking to you as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so what happens when you're presenting? You need to get your audience on your side because you want to make sure the heckler will feel like if he was to heckle you, or if she was to heckle you, they would find that it's not only you they're up against, but they're up against you and the whole of the crowd. Hecklers will only go against the speaker when they feel they've got the crowd on their side. So here's what you need to do. You need to make sure the audience are participating with what you're asking them to do from the very beginning. Now, I like to get my audiences to respond to me, and respond to me in the affirmative, get them to say yes to me. So what will normally happen is I'll ask them no-brainer questions from the very beginning. Now, I speak a lot about public speaking, how to be more confident, how to become a more effective communicator, and how to become more influential as well. So when I speak, I'll start off by saying, okay guys, I just want to check that I'm in the right room. Who here wants to learn how to become a confident and outstanding speaker? And then I'd raise my hand and leave it there until everybody has their hands up. Now, of course, all of those people are typically there to learn how to become a great speaker. So I have no problem with that, and I know it's going to be a yes response. So when I have my hand up, I'll wait for them to all raise their hand. Now, the good thing about that is because if I was in the audience and someone else was doing that to me and I had my hands raised, I'd also notice everybody around me had their hand up. So I feel like, oh great, the whole of the crowd are with the speaker here. Then it's very difficult for the heckler to ever heckle, because they're going to feel like, hang on a second, the speaker and the audience are really getting on here. So they're not going to heckle you because they won't get that level of significance. I hope that makes sense. So social proof is something you need to do. Around a boardroom or in a meeting, for example, what you might do is say, does this make sense to everybody? Yes or no, guys? And just make sure you get a yes. Now, if you go for that approach, make sure you still get the yes. So I would always, if I did use that approach, if I was to say, does this make sense to everybody? Yes or no, guys? I'd make sure first of all I get a response from people and prompt them. So I wouldn't just say, does it make sense? Because people won't often reply. So I'll say, does it make sense, guys? Yes or no? So they got a 50-50 chance, it's probably going to be yes. But as I say, does it make sense to you guys, yes or no? I'll then wait and make sure that everyone responds yes. If they don't respond well enough, I'll go back and say, guys, this is meant to be the interactive part of the presentation. So let's go over that again, and I want you to respond with a big resounding yes. So guys, does that make sense? Yes or no? And then everyone's going to say yes. Okay, now you really want to ram this home, because then you have social proof working against you. If you find that you don't get the response and you just carry on with your presentation, what you'll find is that social proof will be working against you. So make sure you get your audience on your side. Good stuff. Okay, the next thing you want to focus on is taking this to the next level. So we've got social proof, that's fundamental, always use, that's a great way of pre-handling hecklers or difficult people. But now I want to also focus on commitment and consistency. Now, this is another, it's difficult to type as I'm speaking to you, as you can see. Commitment and consistency. Okay, so commitment and consistency. We all like to be committed and consistent individuals, don't we? It's very difficult. None of us like to be referred to as inconsistent or uncommitted. We get negative connotations for those types of people, don't we? We judge them and we say, oh, they're a bit flaky, those types of people. They don't stand by their word. And when that happens, we don't like it at all. We don't like to be tarnished with that brush. So what we like to be is committed and consistent individuals. So if I was to get everyone to raise their hands and they respond in the affirmative, or if I was to say to them, does that make sense to you guys, yes or no, and I get a big resounding yes, chances are if I ask them another no-brainer question as we go along, chances are they're going to say yes against me, because they've already got themselves into what we call a yes set. They've said yes, it's going to be easier for them to say yes next time. So I keep on saying things, asking them questions, stating things in the affirmative, or saying rhetorical statements where they're bound to agree with me, such as, I'm sure you'd all agree. Then as you say that, then you'll get nods in the audience, you'll get everyone raising their hands, etc. As you do this, more and more, you're going to find people get into a yes set, and they'll get saying yes, 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 yes. It becomes difficult for them to say no, because they don't want to be uncommitted, they don't want to be inconsistent. Okay, so what you want to do is get them to say yes to you out loud, so everyone get that social proof going, and then get them to continually say yes to you as well, because then it's going to be very difficult for them to say no. The reason you do this is going to be really handling those hecklers, pre-handling those hecklers, and all those difficult people. I hope that's helped. I'm sure you can think about how you can use this in different presentations, or if you're in a boardroom or in a meeting, for example. Get the social proof going, get the commitment and consistency, and you'll find you won't have any difficult people in your audience, or at least they'll be quiet for your presentation. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation or this quick video. What I want you to do is, if you have any questions about this, or if you've been heckled in the past, let me know about it. I'll show you what you can do. Just leave your comments in the blog below, or leave any comments below this video, and I will get back to you very, very quickly as well. I like to keep active on these types of things, so please do leave any questions or comments below. Really good to get that interaction going. Plus, if you want to go and check out more videos like this, go to www.tombreeze.com. That's www.tombreeze.com, and there's going to be a host of videos there where you can really start honing your skills and become a great presenter in terms of your confidence, your communication, and also your influence. I'll speak to you very soon. Thanks very much.